Today we're going to talk about transitions, moving you from one idea to the next. Think of the root word trans, which means to move, as in transportation, transatlantic, translate. So transitions are going to make your writing stronger. Ideally, transitions feel natural and they provide a smooth ride for the reader of your writing. Here are 4 transitions that are really great, really strong. We're going to focus on just these 4. The first one, therefore, means basically for that reason. You can think of therefore like an equal sign at the end of a math equation. It shows why the ideas you presented equal your conclusion. Consequently is very similar to therefore, and it means as a result. It's a little bit harsher than therefore. It shows a consequence. Another wham-pow transition is however, which is a word you're probably already familiar with. It means simply but. Sounds a little bit more sophisticated though, and it shows a contrast between 2 opposing ideas. The final one, furthermore, means also or in addition. It adds additional info to further prove a point correct. Now I'd like you to take a minute to try and add in the right transitions from the 4 that we just reviewed to the right sentences on your sheet. You should have this sheet in front of you, but you can also look at it on the screen. As soon as you are ready to go on, unpause the video and you will see the answers to these questions. Here are the answers. Again, go ahead and pause the video until you've had a chance to look everything over. Moving on to our second topic in this presentation, counterargument. Counterargument means that to fully persuade your reader, you must acknowledge or show that you know the other side of the argument, the side you are arguing against or disproving. And this can feel kind of weird. So you can't just bring up the other side's argument, you have to also put it down. The best way to understand counterargument is to look at a few examples. So here we go. The first example, if we're trying to prove the point, we should all be able to snack in classes. Here's a counterargument for that point. Notice that it is both brought up and it's also put down or refuted. Teachers may believe that our food will cause us to be distracted, but the real distraction comes when we are hungry and can't focus. Teachers would be surprised by how much extra energy and focus and enjoyment snacking in class would bring to each lesson. Notice that the counter-argument is brought up. This is the other side of the argument. Food will cause us to be distracted, but it's also put down. We're really distracted when we're hungry. Next example. Honesty is the most valuable character trait. It's kind of a difficult one to argue against, but here we go. Some may disagree or argue that if being honest will hurt people's feelings, it's better to lie. While the truth can hurt sometimes, it's always better for someone to know the real story, even if it's a bit painful at first. That way, they know I'm a friend who can be trusted and who respects them enough to share my honest feelings. So again, in this example, we were trying to prove the point that honesty is the most valuable. We did need to bring up the other side of the argument, which is that being honest might hurt people's feelings. After we brought that up, we also put that down and said, no, that's not true. Even if it hurts a little bit, the truth is always right. So in the end, we've gone even further in proving our point correct.